much, Mr. Klein. And now we'll hear from the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Hensarling.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. From my perspective as a member of this committee and as a member of the Congressional Oversight Panel for the TARP program, I believe there are a number of but-for causes of our economic recession. None loom larger than the monopoly powers that were granted to Fannie and Freddie, coupled with the so-called affordable housing mission that essentially mandated they loan money to people to buy homes that ultimately they could not afford to stay in. Many of you have said, though, that under H.R. 1427, passed in May of '07, that somehow this situation has been rectified. Since that legislation has passed, the conforming loan limits have increased to $729,000, increasing taxpayer liability. The portfolio limits of the GSEs have been increased to $900 billion, more taxpayer exposure. Their share of new mortgages have gone from 50% to 90%, more taxpayer exposure. Taxpayers have now been forced to invest almost $87 billion through the preferred stock agreements. They're exposed to up to $400 billion under those particular agreements. The Congressional Research Service has estimated the cost of the conservatorship to be $384 billion at a time when Americans are struggling to pay their taxes and keep their jobs. I'm glad, Mr. Chairman, that you're holding this hearing, since certainly H.R. 1427 hasn't taken care of the worst of Fannie and Freddie. Ultimately, we need to see this conservatorship have a time certain to end and transition these enterprises back to the private market and get the hand of government out of this enterprise that has caused this taxpayer debacle for generations to come. Thank you, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank you very much.